the answer is two words. One, a deeper understanding, and two, reflection skills. I'll elaborate a little. Uh, a deeper understanding of your early childhood education is what is required to ensure that this actually gets across. See, I'm just taking a leaf from what you said and what Miss Nisha was just speaking about. She also said, see, early childhood education is not about reciting 1 to 10.
Mm.
Sadly, at that space, and one way where, and I'm just trying to talk the language of new parents and parents in that kind of a space. The first thing, when you're in your community, the first thing that you want to show when you say, okay, my child has learned something, beta, recite 1 to 10,
Yeah.
beti, say 1 to 10. See, the catch here, when I said, an understanding is required, the catch here is the child at that age probably has a concept of numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. But the child does not have a concept of numbers after that, say 7. He or she knows what 1 is, he or she knows what 2 is, maybe 3, maybe 4. Because, see, these things the child acquires on a daily basis. You say, see, she sees one item, she sees two items, she gets the concept what 1 means. She may not be able to pronounce the word 1, but she or he gets the concept in her mind, what is 1, what is 2. But 7, I'm not so sure. So when the child is reciting 1 to 10, the early, even the Montessori trained teachers, when you take them through a curriculum saying that, okay, this is where you're going to, like Miss Nisha gave another beautiful example, the concept of America, again, connected to the same thing. So what I'm trying to drive at is, unless the early educators understand what they are mandated to do, self-concept is a term which I'm afraid a lot of 50, 60-year-olds have not understood yet. So expecting a person within the age group of 18 to 22 or 18 to 25, someone who's just come out of 12th standard, expecting them to first understand the concept of a self-concept is very critical. All our trainings, all our methodologies, all our expressions today, like Miss Nisha was saying, is directed towards a curriculum. And like she said, curriculum can always come. Have we spent a thought on things like this, self-concept? When I understand self-concept, it is only then that I can talk to my associate, talk to people in the audience, talk to, I don't know, about self-concept. And then comes the third stage of actually interacting with a 3-year-old, 2-year-old child on self-concept and helping him or her develop self-concept. See, the Cambridge educators, they believe that I completely agree with Miss Nisha, where there are a lot, these certifications don't actually count. See, there are a lot of people in that age group who can deliver magic, as she said. Where is the difference? The difference is that the people have these men and women have reflection skills. They are able, like what Ms. Nisha said, they are able to observe, they are able to give feedback. I'm afraid I've worked with a lot of people in the 50 and 60-year-old age category. They do not have reflection skills. Self-reflection skill is not present. I'm not saying that it is not there in India. There are exceptional people who have self-reflection skills. And you will see that. And you name a famous teacher, you name a famous leader in the country, you will know that he has exceptional self-reflection skills, self-observation skills. Dr. Abdul Kalam, anyone, the you see the output there. The reason there is a dropout is because they don't see value. They see more value in the child, the tuck shop example. They see more value there rather than the child going to, rather than child spending the time somewhere else. Now, supposing I went and told the same parents that Dr. Abdul Kalam is going to be spending 4 hours with your child, do you think I'll be able to increase the rate?
Maybe
Of
for
course, assuming that the parent,
it depends
assuming that
who's
the
the
parent
parent
knows
category.
who Dr. Kalam is.
Yes, that is my question. That
That's
we
what.
are,
Assuming
yeah,
the assuming the parent knows, assuming the parent knows who Dr. Kalam is,
yeah,
will I be able to sway them, or will I be able to increase the rate? I will. So the
yes,
question is,
absolutely.
I cannot bring back Dr. Kalam from heaven. How can I create? How can I create a Dr. Kalam equivalent in all of my Anganwadis?
Right.
And it's not rocket science. Once an adult practices, knows how to reflect, he or she will be able to address feedback, he or she will be able to address observation, he or she will be able to look at the curriculum, tweak it, and say, look, I don't need things like, the explaining what America is somewhere else. He or she will be able to comprehend, mixed, of course, mixed with the understanding of how a brain develops in the early child. He or she will be able to comprehend that the child does not understand 7. The child has a concept of 4. The child has a concept of 1. Let me help the child to grasp the concept of 7, in whatever forms, instruments, tools for learning, etc. There's lots of literature, there's lots of documents available in this. It's just a matter of will. If somebody wants to have it there, you connect the resources to it, you bring Miss Nisha was just saying, see, the way forward is, have the teachers got an understanding of what the child needs to be brought to. Second, have they got the reflection skills to match that? So the moment you have these two things in place, automatically the value will get translated to your end user, which at present is a child who is 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, and thereafter will get transferred to the parent. And once the parent sees that value there, once the parent starts seeing that, okay, this is what is happening. See, things like problem solving skills can actually be brought at that age group. You can you can show you can show a child who's 2 or 3 years old what problem solving means. There are methods. I mean, I'm just an amateur in it, but I'm the panelists. Such things can be brought out in that level. So how do we bring it? I need, as an Anganwadi teacher, I need to be able to sit down with a notebook and say, look, yesterday I did this. It did not reach across. I need to be able to understand that, see, it did not reach across. I need to be able to sit down. Okay, tomorrow when I go into that classroom, this is what I'm going to do differently. And then I should be able to gauge whether it reached across, whether the value got there. The moment the value starts coming across, you will immediately see. That's another reason why a lot of us prefer qualified teachers. Primary school is more privatized, etc., because we see value there. And a middle class Indian or an upper middle class, even aristocratic Indian today, wants to see value. If the parent feels that it will get more value education or more value at home or within the community, or if I send the child to my grandparents, probably the child will better develop, then that's what they're going to do.